She was a TikTok star, a beloved coach, and just 21 years old. One moment she was laughing. The next, found dead in a school bathroom. Her ex vanished into the night. This is the Lilie James story. She was young, beautiful, and full of life. A rising star in sports and a popular face on TikTok, her laughter echoing through every room she entered. But one October night in 2023, Lilie James's story turned into one of Australia's most chilling murder cases, a nightmare that unfolded in the shadows of a place she once called safe. A story of love, obsession, and a betrayal that shocked the nation, leaving behind unanswered questions and a grief that would linger far longer than the headlines. Lilie James was just 21 years old, young, vibrant, and full of promise. A dedicated sports coach at one of Sydney's most prestigious schools, St. Andrew's Cathedral, she quickly became a beloved figure on campus. Students admired her energy and kindness. Colleagues praised her professionalism and warmth. Lilie wasn't just a coach. She was a mentor, a role model, and a spark of joy in the school community. Those who knew her spoke of her radiant personality, her infectious smile, and the way she lit up every room she entered. Her passion for sport wasn't just a job. It was a calling. On TikTok, her videos revealed a life filled with movement, enthusiasm, and a deep love for coaching and inspiring others. She captured the hearts of many with her charisma and kindness, becoming a familiar and uplifting presence both in real life and online. But behind the scenes, few were aware of the growing bond she shared with a colleague, 24-year-old Paul Thyssen. Like Lilie, Paul was a coach at the school. A former student of St. Andrews himself, he had returned in a professional role, quickly earning respect for his skill and dedication. Their relationship began with intensity, a fast-moving connection rooted in shared passions and a demanding work environment. To some, it may have seemed like a natural pairing, two young, ambitious individuals with so much in common. But while the relationship began quickly, it ended even faster, and under circumstances no one could have predicted. What began as a romance soon turned into something far more tragic, altering the lives of everyone around them. What began as a sweet romance between two young coaches quickly took a darker turn behind the scenes. To outsiders, Lilie James and Paul Thyssen appeared to be a promising young couple, both ambitious, athletic, and seemingly happy. But beneath the surface, troubling signs began to emerge. As their relationship progressed, Lilie reportedly began to feel uncomfortable. Those close to her say she noticed red flags, moments of jealousy, subtle manipulation, and a growing sense that Paul was becoming increasingly possessive. What once felt exciting and new started to feel suffocating. Eventually, Lilie made the difficult decision to end the relationship, a choice that, according to reports, Paul struggled to accept. Friends and colleagues began noticing a shift in Paul's behavior. He was no longer the composed and affable coach they once knew. Instead, he became withdrawn, moody, and at times, disturbingly fixated on Lilie. He seemed unable to let go, and his obsession with her deepened. Conversations turned to monitoring her actions, questioning her choices, and expressing resentment. Those who witnessed it now realized the warning signs were there, but at the time, few imagined how dangerous the situation could become. Then, on the night of October 25th, 2023, something snapped. Lilie James had just wrapped up another routine day at work. It was the evening of October 25th, and she had finished coaching at the school gym, the place where she spent so much of her time nurturing young athletes and sharing her love for sport. As she was preparing to head home, she received a message from Paul Thyssen. Around 7 p.m., Paul asked her to meet him on school grounds. Perhaps it seemed like a final conversation, a chance to find closure or at least some peace. Trusting him and likely unaware of the danger that lay ahead, Lilie agreed. But what happened in the hours that followed was nothing short of horrific. Later that night, Lilie was found dead in a bathroom near the gymnasium, the very place that had once been her safe space. She had been brutally bludgeoned with a hammer. Police at the scene described it as gruesome, a word rarely used in such stark terms. Her injuries were so severe that officers initially struggled to identify her. It was an act of extraordinary violence, one that seemed both deeply personal and entirely senseless. While investigators and first responders worked through the shock of the discovery, a chilling detail emerged. Security camera footage showed Paul calmly leaving the school shortly after the time of the attack. There was no panic in his step, no sign of remorse, just cold, calculated detachment. And then he disappeared. His phone went silent. He vanished into the night, sparking a citywide manhunt. As authorities combed the area, the public began to piece together the story. A young woman murdered in a place she trusted, by someone she once cared for. After calmly leaving the school grounds, Paul Thyssen drove to one of Sydney's most infamous locations, The Gap, a cliffside known for its breathtaking views and its tragic history as a site of suicides. The contrast was stark, a serene landscape overlooking the ocean, now linked to a brutal act of violence. There, at the edge of the cliffs, Paul left behind several of Lilie's personal belongings, a haunting gesture that only deepened the mystery. Alongside them, he placed a suicide note. The contents of that note have never been fully disclosed to the public, but investigators confirmed it referenced what had happened. There was no apology, no explanation that could bring comfort, only confirmation that he would never be held accountable for what he had done. By morning, emergency crews recovered Paul's body at the base of the cliffs. The manhunt had ended, but so had the chance for justice. With his death, the possibility of answers died too. No trial, no confrontation, no opportunity for Lilie's loved ones to ask why or to see him answer for his actions in a court of law. Instead, they were left with unbearable grief and 1,000 unanswered questions. Why didn't anyone see the signs earlier? Could this have been prevented? How did a relationship that began with trust and affection end in such unimaginable horror? For Lilie's family, the pain is compounded by the silence that followed. There are no confessions, no final words of remorse. Only the echoes of what could have been, and the devastating truth that the person responsible will never be brought to justice. The murder of Lilie James sent shockwaves across Australia, not just because of the brutality of the act, but because of who she was and how much promise she held. It wasn't just the loss of a young woman. It was the loss of a future filled with potential, joy, and purpose. Her tragic death ignited national conversations about relationship violence, coercive control, and the importance of recognizing the warning signs of toxic behavior. It raised urgent questions about workplace boundaries, about power dynamics, and about how we support the emotional and mental well-being of young people navigating complex personal relationships. Lilie was just 21 years old, with her whole life ahead of her. In that short time, she had already touched hundreds of lives. As a coach, she inspired her students with energy, discipline, and compassion. As a friend, she was a bright light, loyal, kind-hearted, and always ready with a smile. And as a daughter, she was deeply loved, the kind of person any parent would be proud of. She deserved more. She deserved safety. She deserved a future. She deserved the chance to grow, to love, to chase her dreams, and to continue making a difference in the lives of those around her. This video is not just a reflection on a tragedy. It's a tribute, a small, heartfelt way to remember who Lilie was, to honor her spirit, to mourn her loss, and to stand in solidarity with her loved ones. May her story continue to spark change, and may we never forget the beautiful, brilliant young woman behind the headlines, Lilie James, forever remembered, forever loved. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider subscribing to the channel for more true crime stories that deserve to be heard. Don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. Your voice matters. Stay safe, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next case.